Rebuilding a 1993 z50r carburettor. Pretty much what I've done so far is I've actually just fully pulled it down, cleaned it up, put it in my ultrasonic cleaner, and now I'm just going to go through like the final touches of cleaning it and rebuilding it. Pretty much what I've got: a couple of JIS screwdrivers, brass and a stainless steel toothbrushes, contact cleaner, rebuild kit, and some moly coat, just some rubber grease or O-ring grease that I like to use just to try and keep O-rings nice and plush. Alright, so here we go. Just continue cleaning it down, and we'll go from there. I like to use that O-ring grease just for things like this, trying to put O-rings on. Just makes it a lot easier. I prefer the moly coat stuff. You can just get like rubber grease, but from my experience, rubber grease actually damages the rubber over time, whereas this stuff actually keeps it nice and plush. You can actually use it as a rejuvenator as well. Get a little sucker on there. Didn't realise this kit actually came with a new one of these. That must have been the O-ring. That old part over there came with that. What else we got in here? And there's some parts I don't think I'll be using. Get all that crustiness out. Let that dry. Should be pretty good. Okay, bottom of the float bowl done. Notice some of the gasket around the top here. Someone had actually glued it previously, so I'm just going to try and clean all that out. Yeah, it looks a lot better. When it comes to gluing O-rings, guys, don't do it. Okay. If that emulsion tube will come out. Sometimes these are absolute pricks to get out. I dare say. Oh, look at that. It comes out the other way. Scrap. Righto. What's he got in your needle? Probably should have looked better at this kit. Didn't realise I had it all come with every little bin. Pretty good kit actually, just a little cheap eBay one. I just like to reference where starting points in these sort of things are. Just makes it a bit better when you come to it, so we can mark that. I get a little dot and we'll bottom it out. See how many times I'm going to come back out. So one, two, three. So the idle screw, and we'll back that out 3 times and write that down so we know where to start from. We put it all back together. Also just put like a little mark. There it is. You can see that. The starting point. I might actually do that with the air fuel as well. Yeah, so that was 3. We'll write that down. 3 times for the idle. Screw in the idle. There you got 1, 2, 2 and a bit. 2 3/4 for the idle. Just like to write them down, just jot them down, just so you remember. It's a bit of a starting point when you actually rebuild these. So you have to go through the whole process again. What are you doing? The dog's come to say hello. Hello, Gil. Hey? Digging holes all morning. Being painful. Come to check what we're doing. Put that out. Get a quick spray in there. This has already been through my ultrasonic cleaner, so this should be fairly clean on the inside. Put our little screw. Back in. So you seat it gently on the bottom. It's pretty much where it was before. We come out 2 1/4 turns. So we go 1, 2. Go 1/4. We won't go 3/4. Don't really get much more than that. Right, yeah. that started. Screw it in. Gently bottom it out. Come out 3 turns on that. Starting here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not really liking that. This is the problem with some of these cheap rebuild kits, cheaper rebuild kits. I'm not liking that, so I think we're going to ditch that one. And we'll just clean up the original. Chuck them over there. Chuck that over there. Let's get this a little with the brass. I use the brass brush on these, a bit softer as well. Brass on brass. We don't want to take a lot of any sort of material off these. I'll just clean up this end. Clean up this end. Realistically, there's no wear on this anyway. Clean that up. Okie dokie. Let's get this little spray. And we'll chuck them back in. When it comes to doing things like this, if you're rebuilding something and it just doesn't feel right, doesn't look right, if you can reuse things, or you know, you don't have to change it out if you can reuse it, you just got to watch out for how it seats and all that sort of stuff. So back there, this was 3, so here you go. 1, 2, 3, and that's back to where it was. So next we're gonna go not worry about that. Got a new needle. The original bowl. New needle. New float bowl needle. That's the one. that in. Our retaining bar back in. We get our screw. There we go. What are you doing, dog? There, so come back to putting this on the actual bike now. Cover this up because obviously you don't want anything to fall inside the engine whilst you're not having, while you got things open. And you can see there, a bit dirty, so I'm just going to hit it with the little wire brush a bit. Just slightly clean it up. Okay. So because these bolts are going into aluminium, which is for carby, so I like to put a little tiny amount of anti-seize on them. Roll it around the threads like so. It's just because it heat cycles and just makes it a bit easier to get them out, which obviously because I've made this O-ring I'm going to have to take it off at some point, maybe sooner rather than later. But if it's later rather than sooner, I want to be able to get that off and not be stuck in the carburetor. Put a tiny amount of that O-ring grease on there again. Still not wanting to sit in there properly. The O-ring's definitely not the right one. Alright. You see, there's no gaps in here. The O-ring is obviously the wrong O-ring, but change that out at some point, maybe. Just going to try and find the right size hose clip for this. That'll work. I think the yellow is going to work. Yes, hello. Thank you for your help. Good girl. There you go, guys. That is the install, rebuild and install on a Honda Z50. Just sitting here doing the first video editing for the Z50 carburettor rebuild and installation, and yeah, basically got it on there. The second video will be playing around with the clutch, putting the clutch cover back on and trying to get the actual thing started. Just trying to get my head around actually trying to edit videos. I'm not really what you would call computer literate, so it's been a bit of a journey already, and if you like it, please subscribe, and hopefully bring out a video every couple of weeks, and yeah, show you guys some stuff that I think is cool. Thanks guys, see ya.